Hello and good morning. On Saturday, the 14th of January, the Irish Times published an opinion article written by Kieran O'Connor and Aoife Gallagher, both associates of a shadowy outfit called isdglobal.com, based in London and heavily funded by Bill and Melinda Gates, among others. The essence of the article is that the protests outside some of the refugee centres and hotels are organised by sinister right-wing elements. Our head police chief has also confirmed this in public. Now, in my opinion, ordinary people have organised these protests, and there's no elements sinister or otherwise involved. People are fearful because hundreds of young men arriving and being cooped up in hotels together, testosterone driven young men who want to live a healthy life, meet young girls, have sex. When that happens and they are deprived of their sexuality and an outlet for the same, there will be incidents. There will no doubt be incidents, and that this is the biggest problem. We have seen this all over Europe. We have seen it, I know for a fact, because even in the Canary Islands, there was a gang rape of a young girl walking through a park during the before the pandemic happened. She just approached them, asked them their situation, and the hotels there were full of uh, economic migrants during the pandemic, and the hoteliers made very good money out of it. So the regional government had to bring in a law when the pandemic ended to stop the hoteliers retaining the lucrative refugee trade. Now, I was told that the monies that were being paid to the apart hoteliers was coming from the Red Cross. So, whoever's paying the money, anyway, isn't the point. The tourist industry was on the verge of destruction in Gran Canaria, where I have spent many, many, many months and many winters, until the regional government had to bring in legislation to stop the hoteliers from occupying their hotels with economic refugees from all over the world. So that's one point I just want to make. Um, the other point is that inviting so many people to our country when we don't even have the ability to house our own is one of the main factors in these protests. Everybody knows how many people are on the waiting lists and cannot get accommodation. And if they see anybody being housed who is non Irish, there will be antagonism. Of course, there will. There will be antagonism and it will continue. The whole thing is total madness to me. And this government has said, the Greens, the Cabbage Party, has said that we should expect to invite up to 10, to have up to 10 million people in our country in the next 5 to 6 years. We should expect double our population. So, okay, we need workers. We need, our population is aging. We need workers. I see signs on all the buses. They can't even get drivers now. So it would be great if many of these young men were trained as drivers and signed a contract to stay in the job for many, many years. But the fact is, it's too much and too many, and the government are making enemies of the people, and they are the cause. We are not the cause of this problem. We are not the cause of these righteous protests the government are screwing up and have screwed up. An MP from Sweden asked Michal Martin in the European Parliament why. He said his country has suffered the same mistake and they have huge ghetto areas, no-go areas, and an increase in crime and rapes, etc. So why do we have to make the same mistakes? Is Simon Coveney and Michael Martin and all the rest of the boys not aware of what has happened in Sweden, for example, the first to take in too many people from all over the world? So I don't think I have anything much more to add to that, except to say that these people are simply poverty and joblessness people coming from the third world, and also from losing factions in civil warfare in the Middle East. And I would love if we could take in every single one of them. I'm sure many of them are lovely young men and would be a welcome addition to our nation. But to say in public, as the Green Party have said, that we should take in 5 million people in the next coming years who are of a different background, religion, culture. This is the type of thing people would be in a loony bin, if they or should be in a loony bin. People of authority, government politicians, ministers, leaders who are saying this openly, they are trying to drive and alienate everybody in Ireland. I wish they would stop it all, stop making these pronouncements about doubling our population, and wait and start an emergency housing scheme to house our own people first. And then they can look at all the workers they need if they have more housing for them. But the fact is, young people coming in now, like all these Afghanis, whatsoever, they will be used as cheap labor. They have been used as cheap labor for many years, quietly. Nobody has worried about it or known about it. The farmers knew about it, the fishermen knew about it, the fruit picker companies knew about it, but they will never be able to afford to marry one of their own people and raise a family and buy a house in Ireland on the basic minimum wage. And this is another element and problem. If they were all trained in trades, it would be a great thing. I mean, I can't get a plumber or a carpenter for love nor money. And a building contractor told me last week he'd be able to take on a dozen apprentices tomorrow if he could get them. So it's all a huge cock up, a massive cock up. And the government are the cause of it all. So creating no-go zones as if we were in Afghanistan or Libya around refugee centres, it's not going to cure Jack. Excuse me, I won't use a dirty word. But anyway, look, I'll close up now. My rant is finished, and I hope you all have a good day. Cheers. Bye.